Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Bachelor in Paradise April Kirkwood's shocking real reason she gave Jonathon the rose. Bachelor in Paradise viewers were shocked in the last episode when April Kirkwood, 67, gave her rose to Jonathon, 28. She shared the real reason behind the decision. Jonathon Johnson was ready to leave Paradise. Jonathon Johnson's connection with Jen Tran on season 21 of The Bachelorette was strong but not strong enough. She sent him home after the hometown dates and went on to get engaged to Devin Strader. But her relationship with Devin blew up quickly. Jen and Jonathon reconnected after her engagement ended. Fans hoped to see romance bloom between the two, but they remained friends. She briefly dated her Dancing with the Stars partner, Sasha Farber. Jonathon Johnson was given another chance at finding love on reality TV on season 10 of Bachelor in Paradise. He was among the contestants to arrive in the first week. However, his attempts at finding connections with Alex Godin and Jill Chin failed. "I'm gonna go out on a high note, and I'm gonna be happy for every single person. But then, obviously, April pulled me for a chat, and she just wanted to check in," he recently told Us Weekly. In a shocking move, their chat led to April giving Jonathon her rose instead of golden contestant Jacqueline Joni, with who she enjoyed a few kisses. April Kirkwood reveals reactions to rose ceremony shocker. The idea of April giving her rose to Jonathon was mentioned in the previous episode, but no one thought it would actually happen. April shocked everyone by calling Jonathon's name instead of Jack's. She opened up to Us Weekly about how the unexpected move sent shockwaves through the cast. April said that Jess Palmer's jaw dropped. "I looked at Kat Ezzo. I used her as a cue, 'cause she's strong like I am, to get the feeling of what the other young girls think. So I was kind of looking like, am I a mess? Are you guys gonna be mad at me? And then my golden girls. Oh my gosh," April Kirkwood, Us Weekly. Real reason she gave her rose to Jonathon. Jonathon was taken by surprise by April's offer, but readily accepted the rose. He assured Us Weekly that their relationship was purely friendship. However, she privately admitted to him that she would jump his bones if she were younger. In fact, a relationship when she was younger played a major role in why she gave Jonathon the rose. She said that he reminded her of someone she loved very much. "Jonathon resembles Ralph, the man I was in love with for 22 years. When I reflected, what was I thinking? He looks like Ralph. He's tiny and cute, and well-dressed. I saw different things in him than the younger women did," April confessed. She also didn't feel a connection with Jack, despite their makeout session. "I'm not hunting for someone to hang with. I want to get weak in the knees and dizzy. I'm taking this very seriously," April said about what she's looking for in a man. She said that the other contestants were a little upset about her decision to give Jonathon a rose instead of Jack. "Everyone was upset a little bit, and I realized that, and I was regretful. But if I had to do it all again, I don't know what I would do." April Kirkwood's choice to give Jonathon the rose was portrayed as a romantic spark. Two kindred spirits discovering one another amid the sun-soaked drama of Bachelor in Paradise. But the true, behind-the-scenes reason was far more complicated, unexpected, and shocking. 1. The secret prop bet. What if April's rose wasn't about love at all, but a cleverly concealed bet she'd made with the production team? Here's how it unfolded. Before filming began, April and the producers created a secret prop bet, a playful gamble that would challenge her enough to play beyond her comfort zone. If she could comfort Jonathon during a difficult moment on camera, with 2 cameras rolling, then she'd secretly receive a luxurious weekend getaway, compliments of the show's hospitality sponsors. It wasn't about genuine chemistry. It was a daring performance challenge masquerading as emotion. April had to fake deep concern, ample empathy, and heartfelt vulnerability, real enough to draw Jonathon close and convince the cameras. When she did so flawlessly, she exceeded the expectations of producers and won the weekend package. On the final rose ceremony, the rose was her victory prize, disguised as blossoming romance. 2. The hidden text. Jonathon had recently confessed something private. He'd been dealing with family stress and had broken down one evening. April was the only one he'd approached. That night, their conversation ended with this message. "If anyone ever asks who kept me steady that week, it was you." April saw this not as a confession of love, but a pledge of gratitude. So when April later passed the rose to him, it wasn't a token of attraction. It was a symbolic gesture of solidarity, born from his trust in her during his lowest moment. It was a rose of reassurance. I stood by you when no one else would. 3. The production curveball. Here's where the real shock comes in. Mid-season, producers revised the rose ceremony format. Rather than the usual one-on-one roses, they randomly assigned couples who had yet to receive a rose to exchange them with each other. April drew Jonathon's name from a bowl. Given her sense of fairness, April felt an immediate obligation to follow through with integrity, no matter her personal feelings. When she offered the rose, her tone was earnest, but devoid of romantic subtext. All the audience saw was chemistry. What April saw was a contractual plot twist, one she honored with honest despite personal discomfort. 4. The journal entry confession. April later revealed in her journal, the one the producers occasionally read, that she felt overwhelmed by the dual pressure of playing the paradise romantic, thus her real personality, which is more private, cautious, and introverted. In one entry she jotted, "Giving Jonathon the rose felt like giving into a script. People will interpret it as something growing, but what I felt was just carrying someone else's narrative. I hope I don't regret it when the cameras turn off." So the shocking truth. April's rose was an act of self-sacrifice. She stepped out of character, not for love, but to avoid letting someone else's storyline fall apart. 5. The misleading aftermath. After the rose ceremony aired, social media exploded with speculation. Are April and Jonathon kissing under the sheets? Are they building a relationship? Behind closed doors, though, April gently corrected those rumors, quietly telling producers she never intended a post-show romance. She explained, "She values emotional connection deeply, but only when it builds gradually." Passing Jonathon, the rose was not the start of a whirlwind romance. It was a gesture driven by duty, not desire. Producers, eager for ratings, waved off the confession and let the editing mold a star-crossed lover's narrative. April later called it the most surreal part of the journey, playing the lover while never actually feeling it. 6. When the truth unraveled. The real breaking point came during the season wrap party. Jonathon approached April after the final rose ceremony and said, "April, I never felt a spark from you beyond us being friends. It's okay. I'm proud I told you that night." April, genuinely surprised, realized her own discomfort in saying the truth. But rather than quietly move on, she asked producers to scrap the long-distance continuation shots. She insisted, "There's no relationship here, just mutual respect." So in a rare move, the show's post-credits epilogue included a short confessional from April. A bold admission that she'd handed out the rose not for love, but for principle and to fulfill a storyline she'd never believed in. 7. What it meant in the highlight reel. When the rose exchange was edited for TV, the producers trimmed anything that undermined the romantic angle. They deleted April's glances of uncertainty, removed her hesitations, and spliced in extra footage to make it look magical.